Ed, what's up?
What's up?
An old head now.
Yeah.
And what stands out about Coach Bicknell's coaching style as you've experienced him in the spring and now fall camp?
Throughout the spring, like he's really emphasized like just technique, and especially in the pass pro, just cutting down the angle, using your hands, keep your head back, things like that. And he's teaching all the young guys, and me being an older guy, I'm supposed to show them by example.
Is there like a difference in how y'all approach pass pro compared to the way you're taught the first couple of years?
I mean, a little bit, but it's all comes down to the same thing. Like, you know, your kick sets, you want to have your knee inside and everything, hands inside, head back. But it's not too much of a difference, but he really emphasizes a lot of technique for us. And I feel like it's very helpful, especially for the young guys.
When we talked to him in June, he said he wanted you guys to be a little bit more aggressive with pass protection. So can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, like at the tackle position, like he doesn't want us to back up. He wants us to go at them and take the force to them, not let those guys make a move on us before we even get back there. You know, it helps out with the quarterback not being in his face all the time. He's being more aggressive. It helps out.
How much of an adjustment was that for you guys?
Not too big of an adjustment. Like we just gotta do what our coach tells us, and it ends up working out. You know.
In terms of leadership in that room, you lost three guys that have been around for a long time. Who's kind of stepped up to try to fill that void?
Guys that stepped up, say one of the guys transferred, Corey Gaynor. He was a big part of throughout the spring and even the summer of leading the guys seeing him, you know, practice the way he do, lead the way he do. And also we got our veteran guys like Brian Anderson, we got William Barnes, and then myself. I'm not really the most vocal guy of the older guys, but I try to lead by example whenever I can.
What have you worked on this offseason to improve your game?
Try to work on maybe my footwork. I've been in the weight room doing jump ropes after the workouts. I work on just being more patient. A lot of times I kind of get over my toes a bit, so I have to stay back more. A lot of things I work on.
What was it like to get out and get a kind of taste of game day with the fans in the big stadium?
I mean, it was nice. You know, we haven't done that in a while. I mean, in the spring it was nice, but it was nice to see the fans, you know, interact with them. I see some of my family that came, you know, it was fun.
Ed, how often do people, just your friends, people around campus, around town, ask you who's going to be the starting quarterback? This seems to be the question, you know, if you're a Carolina fan, you want to know, how often do you hear that, and what do you tell them when they ask you?
I mean, it happens a lot. I mean, I don't have the answer. Coaches don't even have the answer right now. I just tell them that we have some really good quarterbacks and they're competing. I mean, I don't know.
So you
it's
just
really
check
tough.
back later.
They're all pretty good, yeah.
What are some goals you have coming into this season?
Some goals that I have, I want to be more consistent, like I've been saying, and I want to just eliminate the mistakes, you know. That's all I have. Just only good plays.
Can you sense when it's either Drake or Jacoby behind you?
Honestly, no. They throw really good balls. You can't really tell who's back there half the time.
Most everything is silent cadence, right?
Yeah, the cadence. They probably sound different, yeah. But just me being out there, seeing the balls in the air, both good balls, yeah.
What's the difference in the huddle between them two? I know you
huddle,
haven't done 11s yet.
I mean, they're both very vocal. They talk to us. They encourage us. You know, whenever things aren't going good, they're always positive. That's what I think they do a good job doing that.
And what have you seen from some of the younger guys, and Zach specifically, that he could potentially be a starter? What kind of stands out about him to you?
I mean, I've seen him he's naturally pretty good. I think. I mean, you can move him around anywhere, guard, tackle. He's just he has a little bit more to learn with the technique, but I think he's going to learn it pretty quick because he showed it throughout the spring that he's coming along pretty quick. I think he's doing a good job.
For you, I mean, it's your fourth year, fifth
going
year?
into my fifth year.
Yeah, I mean, you played every year kind of as a part-time starter, it seems every year, but it seems this year you kind of slide in as a full-time starter. What does that mean to you, and how are you taking an opportunity heading into the season knowing that you're kind of the guy left guard?
I mean, I know I can't blow this opportunity away. I got every day, every practice, I got to bring my full energy, all that I got, and I gotta show the young guys that even a guy like me with his career not being like as good, like being a starter at one point and losing his job at another point, and now seeing that I earned it back and stuff. Just want to prove those guys that if things go wrong, they can always work back to where they need to be, you know?
How anxious are you guys to get out there and play a game after the disastrous season from last year?
But can you repeat that, please?
How anxious are you all out there to get out there to show the fans what you all got this year, putting last year behind you?
I mean, very anxious, you know, like we get a lot of hate as an offensive line. I mean, you get used to that even because the fans never know if when you're playing good, they only know when you're playing bad, you know? So, like, we want to prove to them that we can be a consistent offensive line and not a bad one.
What's Corey like?
Corey, he's a leader, but he's not afraid to tell you when you're messing up or something. Like, that's what I like about him. He's not always going to tell you what you want to hear. So I think he's a fantastic leader.
And he came in January, so he's relatively new to the group. Y'all
Yeah,
y'all been together for 4 or 5 years. What's that like when a guy comes in and is all of a sudden telling you what to do and telling you?
I mean, he fit in with the team really good. Like he didn't come in like Boston guys around. He came in all friendly. Everyone brought him in, loved him. Like we all love him. And he showed us that he could be a good leader for us, and we all put our trust in him. And yeah.
What's impressed you about his game so far in particular?
As an offensive lineman, I'll say how nasty he plays. Like he brings it every day. He leads us. He's very vocal in the film room. He's always watching film. I always seeing him in the film room. I even have some things I could learn from him whenever I watch him.
Ed, we're going to talk to Jabari. How have you seen him kind of grow and develop this offseason?
I've seen him develop a lot this offseason, especially in the weight room. He's very explosive. He's a freak of nature. He's a great player. He even made a move out on me today in practice. It's real good, yeah.
Along the lines of the defensive line, it's definitely one of the more deep groups in the locker room. They kind of iron sharpens iron with you guys, kind of push you guys to be better?
Yeah, definitely. Going against guys like Jabari and Miles and all of our defensive linemen, is really getting us better as an offensive line, I feel like, especially throughout the spring and summer, because we have a lot of room to improve, obviously.
Have you ever worn one of the Guardian protection things on your helmet?
I wore one in high school. Kind of uncomfortable for me. I decided not to this year.
I was curious, what physically, what difference does it make to you?
Probably doesn't make a big difference. It just starts ripping every now and then whenever you bang heads or whatever. And I feel like maybe it does help because the cushion on the outside helps with the impact and stuff, but not really, Yeah.
And for British, who's he's been a special teamer. I guess he got here when he came here not even on scholarship. Just what is your sense of the opportunity that he has as potentially the starter in this offense, and how he sort of stayed patient all these years and kept plugging away? Just what are your thoughts on him and what he might have ahead of him this season?
I think he's going to have a great season because he showed it in the offseason, even those last couple of games in the season, that he can be a great player for us. I mean, he's one of the hardest workers we have on the team. Even when he wasn't even had the opportunity he had now, he was still a hard worker. That's one thing he always going to keep with him, just working hard all the time. I think he's going to do great things.
He seems to be a man of few words, with us at least. Is he like that around you guys, or is he?
He's pretty funny. He talks.
He just doesn't like you, man.
Yeah, he must be.
All right, Ed.
I can understand.
Okay.
See you guys.